I've got a little something for you. Ah! Na 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 na.
Ah, the zombie. Horror movies' classic character template. We all love them for their slow nature, having about the same amount of intelligence as a college jock, and a never-ending hunger for living flesh. They've been adapted into everything. Video games, comic books, spoof movies, and even inspired stories for The Simpsons and Marvel Comics. But something's gone wrong with them. They're getting smarter, quicker, and stronger. Plus, a stupid need to scream like a Justin Timberlake fangirl. Now, many will argue this is a good thing because they're not scary anymore. So they have to become super athletes for things like Dawn of the Dead 2004 and the 28 franchise? I say that's bollocks, and I offer Zombies a handy-dandy guide to make them watchable, enjoyable, and complaint-free.
Thanks, DC. Be careful out there. You haven't done this in a while.
Step 1. Don't change a winning formula. A point I like to make is, we already have super fast, intelligent and strong undead beings. They're called vampires. I don't see why we need to crossbreed the two. It's something I like to suggest to the latest Hollywood directors of these piles of smeg. The prospect of being chased down by a corpse legging it like Roadrunner is a bit retarded. Since they've forgotten what a zombie actually does, allow me to remind them. A zombie rises from the grave and feeds upon the brain's flesh of the living. No running, no punching, or jumping about like Spider-Man. So we need to see a return to the classic limp and brainless minions of the dead, who are a joke when compared to other creatures of the night. Step 2. A reason for being. One thing I get tired of with a lot of zombie movies and games these days is, they never really explain where they come from. It's a case of, they're here because I say so. Or when they do explain the fiendish backstory, it's something cliché like a lab accident or kids defiling a grave. The only other creative zombie backstories I've ever seen were the original Night of the Living Dead, where radiation from a falling space station reanimates the dead, and in South Park, where Worcestershire sauce finds an interesting use. All I ask is, stop pulling either the because I say so, or the wannabe Resident Evil approach, and find new ways of reawakening our decomposing brothers and sisters. Step 3. Why so serious? A part of what made zombie movies great was not being able to take it seriously. I remember movies like Return of the Living Dead and Shaun of the Dead where you were laughing at them rather than being scared of them. A good example would be House of the Dead 2, which seems to be suffering from English more than viral outbreaks. But now they're taking them so seriously that they become even more of a joke. Dawn of the Dead 2004 was a terrible remake of a zombie classic flick. They weren't zombies, they were just people with shit on their faces screaming like idiotic schoolgirls. Stop trying to make these things more dark and serious. They tried that with Godzilla and look what happened. Step 4. They need to look like zombies. I've seen images from recent zombie movies and it seems production values are getting sloppy. In order to make a zombie movie now, you just need diluted eyes and an evil grin. Diary of the Dead, the 2004 remake and Resident Evil 1 and 2 are guilty of this. I mean, if I was making a zombie movie, I'll hire people to wear contact lenses to let their eyes look different. Are they zombies now? How about the classic look? Old age clothes, rotting skin, either an arm or half the head missing, and being able to see the bones through the skin. Now that's a zombie. And finally, step 5. Lower quality. Now I know everyone is going to disagree with me on this, but hey, you can't blame me for trying. A large problem I have with horror movies in general is all the emphasis on improved visuals in terms of widescreen, real-time, etc, etc. A classic horror film shot years ago had this very vague, misty and dark look to it. I just feel in order to deliver the real effect of a zombie film, it has to be shot in the old style to give it the style that made it so famous. So there you go. A handy guide on making zombies watchable, enjoyable and complaint-free.